The internet is a strange, chaotic place. A place where millions of humans come together, mostly to argue, sometimes to learn, and occasionally to create something entirely pointless. Something we now call memes. But what exactly is a meme? The term comes from the evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins, who coined it in his 1976 book, Selfish Gene. A meme, in Dawkins' original definition, is an idea, behavior, or style that spreads from person to person within a culture. Essentially, a cultural gene. And just like genes, memes evolve, adapt, and sometimes die out, usually leaving behind a trail of dancing hamsters. Before memes existed, the internet was slow, chaotic, and full of curiosity. People shared images, jokes, and text purely to entertain or connect. Memes emerged out of boredom, creativity, and a desire to belong in these fledgling online communities. The first internet memes weren't even called memes. They were just things people found funny. Images, jokes, little inside jokes that spread across obscure corners of the web. You might recognize a few names. All Your Base Are Belong to Us, Dancing Baby, or the classic Hamster dance. Yes, the Dancing Baby. That little 3D nightmare from 1996 could have been an innocent experiment in animation. Instead, it became the internet's first viral headache. These early memes were pure chaos. They weren't polished, monetized, or designed for likes. They were shared because they made people stop mid-scroll and either laugh or scream in confusion. By the mid-2000s, memes evolved. Forums like 4chan and Something Awful gave birth to the first internet subcultures. Communities obsessed with creating humor out of nonsense. Rage Comics, Advice Animals, LOLcats. These weren't just jokes, they were culture in motion. People were learning the rules of virality, often by accident. But memes are more than just entertainment. For historians, they are tiny digital time capsules. They reflect the culture, anxieties, humor, and politics of the time they came from. Early 2000s Rage Comics tell us about a world just discovering the internet as a social space. Viral YouTube challenges of the 2010s reveal a generation obsessed with performative creativity and fame. Memes, in short, are a historical record written in pixels. Memes also build community. Inside jokes, recurring references, and shared humor create bonds that are almost impossible to explain to outsiders. If you've ever laughed at a meme that only a particular fandom would understand, you felt it. The thrill of belonging. Memes let strangers on the internet become friends, collaborators, and even co-creators of culture. They are social glue in a digital world that is otherwise mostly chaos. By the 2010s, memes were everywhere. YouTube, Vine, Twitter, they all had their meme moment. Viral culture exploded, and the meme, once a niche joke on an obscure forum, became a weapon, a currency, a way to define entire generations. Memes could make celebrities, break brands, and occasionally destroy lives, all in the time it takes to scroll past a dog in a sweater. But as memes grew, so did the pressure to monetize them. They were no longer just digital jokes. They were ads, engagement tools, merchandise opportunities. The raw, chaotic heart of early internet humor was slowly being replaced with something polished, branded, and Instagrammable. And yet, despite all the commercialization, the spirit of early memes survives. In the corners of Reddit, the depths of TikTok, and the shadowy archives of 4chan, the old chaos still whispers. It reminds us that memes aren't just jokes, they're history, social experiments, and bridges between people. They are artifacts of a time when the internet was wild, unpolished, and utterly unpredictable. So next time you share a meme, remember, you're part of a tradition that began with a dancing baby, a badly translated video game phrase, and a hamster that just kept dancing. And somewhere in the forgotten corners of the web, the original creators are probably still laughing or screaming, probably both. This is the forgotten history of internet memes, the story of chaos, creativity, community, and digital culture. And like all good memes, it'll probably be gone in a week. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Catch you in the next one. Bye!